The NFL negotiating period for unrestricted free agents starts Monday, March 11, 2024, and it is going to be a lot of fun for the Chicago Bears. They have $57.6 million left at the moment, ninth in the NFL. This Chicago Bears team is not far off, guys. I know that a lot of people feel the same way about me. They could be a legitimate contender with a few of the right moves. They were 5-3 over the last 8 games, a top 3 defense across all good categories in those last 8 games, and they had a top 3 rushing offense with a 1,300-yard wide receiver in DJ Moore. Again, not far off. I am so excited about this team, but we do still have major holes to fill. We need a wide receiver too, because DJ Moore cannot be the only guy out there right now for us. We need a legitimate center because we all know how badly we need that. And we were the worst offensive line over the last 2 seasons with pressure up the middle. We also need a defensive tackle to finalize that rotation with Andrew Billings, Javon Dexter Sr., and Zach Pickens. And then another edge to pair with Montez Sweat as his partner in crime. And finally, a safety to replace Eddie Jackson that can perform at an even higher level for a fraction of the cost. And we can address 1 or 2 of those for sure needs through the draft. There's no doubt about that. But what about the other 3? We're going to have to go to free agency. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, I am going to do my final run through of what I want to see in free agency and what I think is the perfect plan for the Chicago Bears and what I would do with $43.7 million left. Again, we have to put about $14 million aside for our rookies. So I am so pumped. I think Poles is going to pull some really good stuff out of this free agency period, guys. Another stacked class, and with a lot of needs that we can fill with players that are overlooked because a lot of stars are in this class, but guys right below them that can play nearly the same level for a fraction of the cost. Poles has their eyes all over them. And before I begin this show, if you are ready for free agency, just finally, it's here, and want things to just get started, make sure to hit the like button on this video to show your support. Comment who you want the Bears to bring in free agency, or just put a bear down in the comment section below. So today, the guys that I'm going to be running through is a group that I think Chicago can get for a good price, along with having connections to those teams in order to build around for a long time and get them on very cap-friendly deals. All the projected contracts, by the way, are thanks to SpotRack and Sports Illustrated. So the first guy I'm going to start with, I've talked about him before, is A.J Epenesa, edge from the Buffalo Bills. The 25-year-old 6'6", 260-pound edge is such a sleeper in my opinion because of how many big name free agent edges are in this draft class. He is only 25 years old. He worked with defensive coordinator Eric Washington in Buffalo. And this past year, he had a really good year, 20 total tackles, 6.5 sacks. That's back-to-back seasons, by the way, with 6.5 sacks. 10 quarterback hits, 7 tackles for loss, 8 pass deflections due to his athletic ability to drop back into coverage and be more like a linebacker, and 2 interceptions. Again, depth at edge is so needed for this team. I think he could be a starter out of the gate because he knows Eric Washington's defense so well. Proven quarterback pressure that this team needs and needs to continue to build on with Montez Sweat, and someone that knows Eric Washington's defense in order to get the team up to speed. I know Eric Washington is technically not calling the plays, Matt Eberflus is, but he is going to have a huge impact on the decision making and working with Matt Eberflus. So Epenesa could definitely help out of that right away. Why I want him? Because again, played under Eric Washington. That's number 1. 6.5 sack season. That's very impressive for being a rotational player. Also able to drop back into coverage and be a threat for mid coverage over the middle passes. Clearly, you can't get by him with that. The dude is super good at it. And he's a low-risk, high-player reward. We can get him on a very friendly contract, projected at 2 years, $16 million right now, so $8 million a season. I will absolutely take that for a guy like him. And, 2 years, he'll still be 28. Then he can get the bag on his contract. He's been a rotation guy, so he has to take what he can get. But I think it will be a friendly contract overall. And it's a really good price because if he booms, we can still get him later in his career. And also, it's only a 2-year contract. So if it doesn't work out, we can draft an edge this year. We can draft an edge next year. All good. That leaves us with $35.3 million. The next guy, I am pounding the table that the Bears get this done because he wasn't franchise tagged. It is Lloyd Cushenberry III from the Denver Broncos. 26 years old, 6'4", 315 pounds. Drafted in 2020 out of LSU at pick number 83, so he was an early center pick. Clearly, because his career stats show for that, he has a 76.5 pass block grade and a 12% positive run block grade according to PFF. Some of the best in the business over the last couple of seasons. He's one of the best run blocking centers in the NFL, along with pass blocking. He ranked top 5 in the last 2 seasons. It's skyrocketed. He just continues to get better. Reliable player, always on the field. Really strong hands to reach defenders and not allow them to get rid of him. Also, great footwork, great vision, knows how to read defenses so he can move, he can see. Overall, fantastic player. And for the age, we get him in his prime and we can sign him to a nice 4-year contract, maybe even a 3-year contract, which Sports Illustrated has him super low, in my opinion. I mean, I'm with it. And I've seen this number actually fly. It used to be higher, but maybe because of the center free agent market, along with rookies. He's projected a 3-year, $33 million contract. It used to be a little bit higher than that. We need a center, though, and I think $11 million for a center is super respectful. We were paying Cody Whitehair more than that. He's young. He's a good ball player. Great head on his shoulders, according to coaches. He's always in the film room learning, and I would absolutely take this contract. 3-year, $33 million. That would leave us with $24.3 million, and we've addressed 2 major areas of need on this team. Another guy I've recently started talking about, and I am pounding the table for him because I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's a one-hit wonder. No, this guy, it definitely is not. He got his opportunity to shine, and he took advantage of it. Gino Stone, safety of the Baltimore Ravens, 24 years old, 5'11", 210 pounds, 24 years old, guys. Unbelievable. 68 total tackles, 7 interceptions, and 9 pass deflections this past season in 2023. Every game that he got an opportunity to start, he played in. He did play in every single game. He started off actually as a special teamer, and then he got his opportunity at safety, and he balled out and took advantage. A true ball hawk in the secondary. Great replacement for Eddie Jackson. Only 24 years old, so we can get him on 2 contracts respectfully. Clearly a strong player that has great vision. He's young. He's fast. He can hit hard. He can cause turnovers, and it would make it a no-fly zone in Chicago. 3-year, $36 million contract. So one of the bigger ones, obviously a little bit more than Cushenberry, but I will take that for what he could do. Yes, the concern is that he was a one-hit wonder because it was really his stats only came last year, but he was given an opportunity. Clearly, he wanted it. He's hungry. He wants to be on a good defense. Overall, I would love to see him come to the Chicago Bears, and that would still leave us with $12.03 million in cap, and you can get still another couple good players with that much. Veterans that are established, veterans that just want to finish their career on a winner, and Chicago is going to be a winner, guys. Next guy I'm going to talk about is newer to my show as well, but I actually see the Bears making this move. Tyler Boyd, wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals, 29 years old. I thought he was like 34 for some reason. He's been in the league, I feel like, for a really long time, but 6'2", 203 pounds, veteran wide receiver that we absolutely need. 23 stats were super respectful for becoming a wide receiver 3. He was once a wide receiver 1 for Cincinnati. 67 receptions, 667 yards, 10 yard per catch average, and 2 touchdowns. His stats dipped because of, Jamar Chase coming to town. Boyd used to be a 1,000-yard season guy his first couple of seasons in the NFL. But a big body wide receiver to replace Equanimeous St. Brown. Great blocker downfield, red zone target. Overall, just athletic. And also, he's going to be a great mentor for whatever wide receiver we take in this upcoming draft, whether that be a Marvin Harrison Jr. or Brian Thomas Jr., whatever big body, or Roma Dunze, whatever big body wide receiver we get, he'd be a fantastic mentor for, and that's the big why for him. And right now, he's only projected a 2-year, $11 million contract. It's not a strong wide receiver class. He's one of the better ones, but his age hurts him, and his stats dipping definitely don't help his story. But, $5.5 million a season for the next 2 years, I will absolutely take. I don't know how he's going to structure it. By the way, guys, I don't know. I just do everything off averages. I don't do it on front loading. I don't do it on anything like that. I just do it on averages with the projections. So I will take that because that leaves the Bears with a little over $6.5 million at the moment. And that's fantastic. You cannot deny how good that is, especially after 4 guys that all establish and improve areas of need on your team. And we still got more picks left. So before I get into my final guys, if you guys please could hit that subscribe button to help me get to 14,000. We're only 15 away right now, trying to hit it before Monday, before free agency starts. It would be huge. I really appreciate your guys' support. The channel is doing amazing, and it's so great meeting all of you in the comment section. I comment back at everything, so just so you know, but thank you. And please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you already have, thank you. Send it to another Bears fan. See if they want to follow the channel too. It'd be a great support. So let's go into my final couple of guys. And my first one I'm going to hit on is replacing D'Onta Foreman, and that's Rico Dowdle, running back from the Dallas Cowboys. He's 25 years old, 6 foot, 215 pounds. His 23 stats, was definitely a third down back stats. 361 yards, 4.1 yard per carry average. Okay, pretty good, but 2 touchdowns, both in the red zone. Big, fast back that angry runs at everything, just like D'Onta Foreman, and a great replacement. He's also a first down machine when you need him on those short yardage gains. He's good at breaking it to the outside. He's good at running it up the middle. Overall, just a good overall running back that I think is very overlooked. We need that replacement for D'Onta Foreman, that power back that we need. He's projected on a 1-year, $2 million contract. I'll absolutely take it, and that leaves me with a little over $4.5 million left. So I addressed the running back 3 position. Don't have to use another draft pick on that. Quickly going to dip into my current free agents. A restricted free agent that the Bears currently have is defensive back Josh Blackwell, who I would love to see back on the team. 24 years old, 5'11", 180 pounds, 8 total tackles, and 1 forced fumble as a fantastic special teamer this past year for the Chicago Bears. He is the next DeAndre Houston Carson, but we're going to stop calling him that because he is the Josh Blackwell of the team. He's a great depth piece on defense too. When he goes in, he's super athletic, super fast, able to cover some of the best, and he can be great for this team for a couple years. I'm giving him a one-year, $1.2 million contract, and that leaves me about $33 million and a little over $3.3 million. I think it's good. You need to retain some of your talent still. Like, there are a lot of guys on this roster that could come back, but Josh Blackwell, we need a special teams guru like him, and he'd be fantastic. So the final guy I'm going to hit on kind of dips into bringing Shane Waldron's offense to Chicago. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking Noah Fant, but guess what? We can't afford him anymore with all the other moves that I made. So is Will Dissly, previous team Seattle Seahawks, twisted my word right there, but 27 years old, 6'4", 265 pound tight end. He was really just a first down machine for the Seahawks last year. Wasn't used a ton. He was a big run blocker as well. 172 receiving yards, a 10.1 yard per catch average, and 1 touchdown. Would be that Mercedes Lewis replacement that's 14 years younger. Big blocking tight end, red zone target, and a first down machine. Also, he knows the offense from Seattle, can help others get up to speed quickly. And he's only projected to get a 1-year, $3 million contract. That leaves me with about $380,000 left, which I'm totally cool with. And I'm sure, guys, some of these contracts are going to be a lot different, structured differently, different incentives, signing bonuses, all that good stuff that help to cap out. But overall, I think that this group right here addresses every need. And let's go through that real quick. I signed my other edge. I signed my center. I got my starting safety. I got a wide receiver 3 because for my wide receiver 2 that I'm going to get in the draft. On top of that, I got my third down running back. I got my defensive back special teams guru. And then I got my tight end that also helps bring everybody up to speed on offense. So overall, I think that this could be a very good class. I think that even though Ryan Poles wants to build through the draft, this would be more of a mentee kind of deal. He probably might trade back. He is going to trade back something. There's no doubt about it. The Bears need more picks, but he can get veterans that then teach these guys on 3-4 year contracts. So when these rookies are now ready to be the starters, then they take over. They were cheap for a couple of years. They know the team. They know what we're building. And that's the next wave to keep this dynasty going for about 8 to 10 years. Put your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Great to always hear from you. But with that, thank you as always for tuning this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rhodey, and as always, bear down, baby.